Well, hello, YTPC. This is Dave coming to you from Wyoming home, or the Wyoming house. It's probably about 6:30 here, so it's probably like 8:30 on the East Coast. But my OGs know what this means. It means fireside chats are back. It was one of my favorite things to do. My first 5 videos, several of them, including my intro video, number 1, was filmed sitting right here on this hearth. Right in front of this fireplace, so we're kind of back. I enjoy these. The rest of this is going to be just a travel vlog. I did a better job of getting video for me from all the different aspects, the different trains. We had a huge diversion today. Most of my trip was supposed to be on I-80 and it was closed. You'll see that. It diverted us to an alternate route and they closed that, so they diverted us. And there just aren't that many roads out here, so by the time you're on your third option, you're headed the wrong way. So it added an hour or 2 to the trip, but we got here no problem. And so sometimes I just turn the camera on so you can just see what we're seeing. Sometimes I don't talk too much. Let's see. Something I wanted to show you guys was the Wyoming meerschaum. So it's more of a Sherlock Holmes style. You see, it's got the same issue the Maryland one does. I smoke it every day when I'm here, and it's got great color. I mean, it's got really great color, except for the top. So I'm gonna clean it and make sure I scrape out any charcoal inside, and then I didn't bring the wax with me, but at least I'll make sure it's breathing the way it's supposed to. Not gonna do it on camera because this is gonna be too long. The travel vlog's like 23 minutes. And it's a little bit boring, and it's because the trip's pretty boring until you get to the end. So make sure you hang around to the end. If all the interior shots bore you, or the diversion shots bore you, fast forward till I say we're going up the pass. You try not to miss the last 5 minutes of the vlog. I'm gonna put a little Captain Black Cherry in it, in the Wyoming meerschaum, and we're gonna call it a night. So guys, it was a great trip. So from DC to St. Louis to Denver to 3 days with my boy to here, it's been a great trip. You guys have really been part of almost the whole thing. So it's been fun to drag you along, and this will be the last one for a while. So just so you understand the plan is to stay here till next Sunday. I'm only going to be here 5 full days. And then Sunday I'm driving back to Sean's house, and then Monday morning early I fly home. So I just need to be home for the whole transition happening at our horse farm, which starts really Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 days from now. So that's the responsible thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'll make sure the house is good. I'll be able to show you guys. Hopefully I'll bring you to the lounge downtown, and we'll see. But anyway, have a great night. Thanks for coming all the way across the country with me. And we will talk again tomorrow. Bye, you guys. All right, guys, we are at just about 7 a.m., 10 after 7. We're 1 minute in, starting the journey. Waze says we'll get there around 3 p.m., 7.5 hour drive, 487 miles. I'll show you along the way. There's my X mount. That's how I show you. That's how you have you participate in the drive. All right, guys, see you in a little bit. And the other thing I want to show you is, look at that nice clean windshield. My windshield.
In
fluid.
1 mile, use the right lane to take exit 0, I-25 north toward Fort Collins.
You can see my windshield washer fluid came on unfrozen, and I've got a great windshield today. Guys, I just want to show you a little bit of traffic. The difference between my morning and my afternoon is going to be hilarious. Surrounded by cars. It's not bumper to bumper. We're going north. We're headed out. The other side is headed into the city. And you can see the headlights all the way back. But you just look at this, look at the traffic and all the cars, and the difference when I'm going to show you here this afternoon when we get up into Wyoming. You can see can see on the other side over there, traffic lights going all the way back up. And that's typical Denver, you know, pretty much any American big city, right? But that's coming into Denver. It's like this every day. Anyway, just huge contrast to what we're gonna see here in a few hours. That's all I really wanted to show you. As we're 30 miles out of the city, you can still see it streaming south. See that string of headlights way out there? Man, 30 miles and still stuck in traffic. Look at this, we got a big old Budweiser plant out here, about 50 miles north of Denver. But you guys don't know what Budweiser stands for. Because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly. Budweiser. There's a trivia fact for you. So we're kind of up in the northeast corner. We're almost to of Colorado. We're almost to the Wyoming border, but I thought this was cool. This is called Owl Canyon Road. Now you can kind of get a sense of how different it is as we get further away from the city. Up here as we get up where Colorado touches Wyoming. We are squarely in the American West. We are no longer in the Midwest. This is what driving through the American West looks like. When I say you can drive for miles and miles and not see a house, a light, or anything, this is the kind of terrain I'm talking about. Guys, we just crossed into Wyoming. About 25 miles to Laramie, and Laramie is where we touch I-80. We'll be on I-80 for a couple of hours. So anyway, welcome to Wyoming. Alright guys, you can see we are 2 hours into the trip, 134 miles. We are just past the quarterway, so we've gone 134 miles, and we have 370 miles to go. Looks like we're going to get there around 3 o'clock. We've had our first hitch in the giddy-up. We have, the tanker truck is overturned. Oh no, now this one's closed. Well, we're gonna see what happens here. I-80 is closed. Tanker truck rolled over, spilled all his fuel on the highway. It's now a federal spill hazard. They're not even projecting the freeway to open today. They're diverting non-commercial traffic onto this, Highway 30, but that sign just said Highway 30 is closed up ahead. Not sure what we're going to be doing here. Alright, that's a little update here. Alright guys, we've been diverted on the two westbound.
In 1 mile, make a U-turn.
The two freeways that I relied on are closed due to a chemical spill. It's actually a fuel spill. It's so dangerous they're not letting us through. And the bypass for I-80 is Highway 30, and it's so bad they're not letting anyone traverse I-30, Highway 30, because of the risk of the same fuel spill. They're worried about an explosion and fumes, so now I'm headed north. So I think I'm headed towards Cody, Wyoming, and then we'll figure it out from there. But we're about
Make a U-turn on Wyoming 34.
We're about 7,500 feet up, so we're in what's called High Desert Platte. Very little precipitation up here, so it's dry.
Continue straight for 12 minutes to Wyoming 34.
And kind of desert-like, but we're high up, and we're on a little adventure, so I'll try to take you with me. Hey, there we are, Morton Pass, 7,169 feet. Yeah, when you go on an adventure, you gotta expect an adventure, right? Anyway, kind of cool to show you. Pretty cool canyon roads we're driving through. We're definitely off the beaten path. Kind of classic interior of Wyoming. This is why you can say you can drive for hours, really not see anything. You see great scenery, but you don't see houses or services or gas stations. It's just truly kind of in the middle of nowhere. You can just see forever out here.
In 1.6 miles, make a U-turn on Wyoming 34.
There's just nothing out here. No houses, not as far as you can see. It's beautiful. It's wild. But it's desolate, it's remote. Hey guys, just giving you an update from the road. This is Dave coming to you from the Mobile Lounge. We were actually headed up I-25 on a pretty major diversion from the road, from the planned route. We're supposed to take I-80, so we take I-25 north out of Denver, and we take a diagonal from I-25 to I-80. It's called Owl Canyon Road. It's pretty cool. I did quite a bit of clips for you. You'll see that. And you hit I-80 at Laramie, and right there, I-80 was closed. It's closed due to a tanker truck overturn. And apparently the fuel truck not only overturned, but actually ruptured and dumped the entire 15,000 gallons it was carrying of fuel onto the road. So now it's a major hazardous area. Fumes can't be passed through, and it's too risky for an explosion, so they've closed I-80. They have no projection for when it will reopen, and they don't think it'll be today. So the normal alternate route for I-80 is Wyoming Route 30. But they determined that Route 30 passed too closely to I-80, so Route 30 is also closed. The next alternate route is to take Wyoming 34 north for about an hour. Take it here back to I-25 north. And we're going to be on this for about another 100 miles, and then we'll divert on to Wyoming 26, and we'll start heading west again. So anyway, since I'm back on the freeway, smoking one of my Charter Oaks. Good way to start the smoking day. And then we'll have leave a V later in the day. We may turn our 8-hour, 7-hour day into more of a 9-hour day. We'll see. And then we're not there yet. The hard part's still in front of us. We're just heading north on I-95 up towards Casper. Slide show you. Not much out here. A lot of the road looks the same. To our next turn, that's Casper itself, and we head back out into the wilds of the interior of Wyoming. We have lots of these oil rigs out here in Wyoming, Colorado too. All right, guys, just thought I'd give you an update. We're quite a bit over halfway. Something's coming up here I want to show you on the right. We have drift fences here. That's what those are. Those wooden fences out there, a little bit off the road. So they're put up on the windward side of the highways out here. Keeps the snow from drifting out onto the road. Sometimes they just go on and on for miles and miles. See it just go on and on along this road. So let's see, I'll give you an update here. You can tell we've been on the road for 4.5 hours. We have gone 330 miles basically. I'll take you over here. Yeah, it looks like we have almost just under 4 hours to go. 239 miles to go. We've gone 330 miles and we basically have 230 miles to go. We made it through the detour, so we're kind of back out. We've left I-25 now at Casper, and we're headed out back into kind of the deep interior of Wyoming. You can kind of see there's really nothing out here. Guys, this is the last town. This is the town of DuBois, Wyoming. They've kind of got it, they've tried to maintain it kind of like an old western mountain town. It's pretty small. There's not a whole lot here. It's gonna be where I stop for gas, grab a quick lunch, and then we're 1 hour from the house. Stop here to get some gas. The scurriest hour still had over Tagwani Pass. All right, you guys, we're starting like the 30-mile climb up Tagwani Pass. This is the last barrier to get into the house. trip check with you. So we're almost 7 hours in. 6 hours and 53 minutes. We've gone 512 miles. Waze tells us we've got an hour and 7 minutes to go and 55 miles to go. So we just gotta get up this mountain pass. So about an hour to go. The road is clear and dry right now, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble. I'll take some shots. I'll take you a vid from the top of the pass. Just thought this looked cool. The mountain view was neat. To the top of the pass. The road's obviously in good shape. Pretty cool view, huh? Kind of nice. We're really getting really close to the top of the pass. Best mountain pictures I'm gonna get you, I think. Tell there's a foot or two of snow up here, which is really not that much. Roads are a little slushy, but nothing too bad. Teton County, that's our county. So we're now close enough. We are actually in the county the house is in. Let's see. 31 miles to go. About 40 minutes. There you go. Tagwadi Pass, 9,567 feet. So we've reached the top of the pass. See, the roads aren't too bad. Gotta be a little careful, but we should be all right. The rest of the trip, just gotta be careful. Downhill is not your friend in the ice. We should be good. It's nice to know. That was kind of my final worry for the trip all the way from DC to the Wyoming house, was this stretch right here. And it looks like it's not going to be too bad. The weather's held nicely. So we should be good to go. Here you go, top of the Rockies, what we call the Continental Divide. We are now on the western side of the Rocky Mountains. The road's gotten a little worse, but we can handle this. Alright guys, we're getting really close. This is the best I'm gonna get right now for the Tetons. Those are the Grand Tetons right there. Unfortunately, they're being a little bit sheepish, hiding in some clouds. But we're down out of the pass, we're on the flat, and for a really good view of the Tetons. So that's the Grand Teton Range. Hopefully it clears up over the next few days and I'll get you some good video of what they look like. Sketchy this time of year, we'll see. Alright guys, we just turned in, we're heading into, this is the road that heads into the national park, Grand Teton.
In 1.1 miles, Turn right on Pacific Creek Road.
Grand Teton National Park, and this is the entry gate. We actually have to go through it like anyone else visiting the park. I have a sticker on the car. This thing right there, that round, bluey looking thing, that lets me in the park. Well, guys, we're here. So this is the entrance to the homestead. Our property is one of about 20 homes and 40 properties. Most of us own 2 or 3 lots. So this was the original homestead, like the Homestead Act of back in the 1800s. And the Brahmin family still lives on the property. I've met the family. It's now the grandson of the people who homesteaded here is now about 90 years old, but we've talked a few times. So we're about a half mile from the property. I'm going to drive in a little further, then I'll show you. But we're actually here. So we joke about the name tree. So there's like 4 or 5 homes that you have to make a decision which way to turn here at the Y. And you see a hail right here with a little arrow. It also helps the delivery guys. So you just, tell the guys turn left at the name tree. And you see there's probably a good 2 feet of snow at least. All right, so this is us. This is our drive. Just goes to our house. I'll just take you all the way down it. I put up the snow stakes the last time I was here, so back in October. And we pay a guy to plow it for us. But here we are. This is our house. All right, took you through the pretty much the whole trip from Sean's house to this house. All right, guys, let's do a quick trip. All right, basically took us 8 hours, 7 hours and 58 minutes. It was a 568-mile trip, even with a diversion, and we're still here at 3:32. In fact, it's 35 degrees out, which is pretty warm for this time of year here, late January. All right, guys. That's it for the trip.